You're listening to Squawk 7000, bringing you a roundup of aviation news for this week starting November 7th. The headlines and news are brought to you in association with flyinginireland.com. And thank you for subscribing and keeping us as Ireland's #1 aviation podcast for 3 weeks now on the trot. I'm Michael Cummin. In the headlines this week, over 300 delegates attend Shannon International Aviation Leasing Conference in Limerick. Avolon reports 141 million of net income in Q3. And the Irishairspectacular calendars are available for 2023. Well, with over 50% of the world's leased fleet managed through Ireland, the Shannon International Aviation Conference, SILC, was created in 2016 from the collective interests of Shannon and the Irish aviation companies. The conference was created to showcase the location and develop Shannon as the hub for technical services to support Ireland's aircraft leasing industry. Well, the 2022 event was held on the 2nd and 3rd of November last at the Limerick Strand Hotel, with the main sponsor being the Shannon Airport Group. Over 25 Shannon-based aviation service companies, some 300 delegates, a combination of operating leasers, finance leasers, aircraft and engine technical support, MRO, and a wide range of executives from the aerospace supply chain and aviation services sector attended from across Ireland, the UK and Europe. The Shannon cluster of aviation businesses have just gotten bigger, as Dublin-based Air Advise announced recently at the prestigious Shannon International Conference that they are to establish a new office employing 7 people in Shannon. Manna Drone Delivery CEO Bobby Healy has indicated an interest in EU and US expansion. The company are readying their launch across the EU in the coming months, with the US following on from that. Having founded the company in 2018, the company has focused on improving the delivery process in limited Irish locations. This has included over 100,000 combined drone deliveries in Oranmore and Balbriggan. In the coming months, Manna will begin drone deliveries in a still unidentified Dublin area of 100,000 residents, nearly quadrupling the company's potential client base as it does. Well, it's that time of year again when the Irishairspectacular calendar becomes available, and for €15 raises funds for St Vincent de Paul. This 14-page A3 calendar features stunning aviation photography from photographers Frank Grealish and Pat Lanigan-Ryan and others, and has become a Christmas tradition for fans of Irish aviation. So far, over €308,000 have been raised by the various activities, including the Air Spectacular book and the Berghoff Challenge. Well, to get your copy before Christmas, please order before Monday, December 12th on Irishairspectacular.ie. According to the CSO, air and sea statistics for passengers to and from Ireland in September 22 are as expected, based on earlier data from the DAA. Belgium route passengers have almost recovered to 2019 levels. Germany is the main European laggard, with the Netherlands, Poland and Portugal also down. Italy was again a growth area. Passenger numbers at Belfast City Airport are set to exceed pre-pandemic levels next year, as its pre-COVID recovery continues to outstrip many competitors. This is according to Cathy Best, Commercial Director at Belfast City. The airport also celebrated the launch of a new EasyJet route to Glasgow. The winter service, which started on Monday last, is the 4th route introduced by EasyJet at Belfast City within the past year. Staying in the north, LoganAir will axe its Derry-Edinburgh link from January 23rd. It cites increased competition from Belfast's airports and rising fuel costs as principal reasons. UPS has announced the launch of a first-of-its-kind healthcare facility in Dublin. Opening in late 2023, the new facility will boast nearly 6,000 square metres of healthcare-dedicated space to connect Ireland's growing pharmaceutical and medical technology industries to UPS's smart global logistics network that serves customers in over 220 countries and territories. The facility will create 30 jobs initially, and the investment demonstrates UPS's commitment to the Irish market and support for its long-term export growth. Avolon reports $141 million of net income in Q3. Net income for the first 3 months to September 30th was $141 million and $227 million for the 9 months to September 30th. This is excluding the impact of Russia. In that period too, they agreed to a landmark transaction with Malaysian Airlines for the financing of 20 A330-900neo aircraft valued at over $2 billion. Post-quarter end, Avolon announced the appointment of Ross O'Connor as Chief Financial Officer, Felipe Campos as the Chief Operating Officer and Jim Morrison as Chief Risk Officer. Ryanair flew 15.7 million passengers in October, a record high for the month and up 14% on pre-COVID levels. Similar to September, the jump in traffic meant Ryanair flew more passengers last month than in any of its busiest summer months before the COVID-19 pandemic struck. The airline flew a record 16.9 million passengers in August. CEO Michael O'Leary told Reuters last month that bookings for the autumn midterm and Christmas holidays were ahead of pre-COVID levels. Emerald Airlines is offering 20,000 extra seats on flights from the Isle of Man to Dublin, and they'll operate more frequently next year. From March 26th, Aer Lingus will run twice daily flights from Ronaldsway to the Irish capital on Mondays, Thursdays, Fridays and Sundays, as well as a new Saturday flight. In a statement, the Isle of Man airport said the move follows rising customer demands with more than 20,000 additional seats on offer. In other news, Emerald Airlines is looking to grow to a fleet of around 20 aircraft by the summer of 2024 and is due to set up its own ramp handling and catering units. Chief Executive Conor McCarthy said that the airline decided to take on its own ground handling following a summer during which air travel bottlenecks resulted in large numbers of bags being delayed, misplaced or lost. He said Emerald had hired 36 people to staff the new division. He explained that about 1 in 4 of its passenger transfers are from other destinations to Aer Lingus transatlantic flights in Dublin, so it required reliable baggage transfers. Well, finally, in this week's news, for the first time, the Irish Passport Service has issued 1 million passports in a single calendar year. The issuing of 1 million passports in the first 10 months of this year surpasses the previous record of 935,000 passports issued for the full year of 2019. 634,000 passports were issued in 2021, while 450,000 were processed in 2020. Better go and check mine. Remember, if you have aviation news stories you'd like to share, include us in your emails and send your stories to news@squawk7000.ie.